we going to actually discuss then? Because he's... Oh, for fuck's sake. You're a set of dicks.
Don't be careful.
I've got to be careful. I've got to be careful. There's someone in the next room next to me. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the this evening's Ought to Know Better. I don't know what episode it is. Everything's gone to absolute rat shit. But we are one person missing. You've proper thrown me under the bus here because I don't even have band thingy ready. Anyway, let's crack on.
Hi, this is Don Matteo, and you are listening to the Ought to Know Better podcast. Let's do this.
You look like fucking Brolin, you're a Leeds eating bastard.
Look like some sort of fucking weird floating head. No.
You tend to play it a bit, innit?
I mean, I feel a bit right, dickhead.
Nothing spectacular, really.
A bit right, dickhead, if I'm totally honest with you.
In fact, I'm living that down tonight because the plans were we were going to do the end of season stuff, weren't we? And then I got the lip out, and then somebody else got the lip out, and then we're not doing that now anyway because
we're not doing
the person who's got all that information is no longer with us. He's still with us. But
he's still with us. Yes. Just before you start them rumours going.
Not dead.
He's not died. He's just got other things to do this evening. So we're just going to have a bit of a catch up, see how we are. It's been a couple of weeks since we've all been together. How are we all doing, boys? Let's not start with Jay. Let's start start on a positive. How are you doing, Carl?
Doing all right, Smarty, man. Yeah, not bad. Not bad. Just
good to see you.
Chilling, trying to get on top of all this shit that's going on at the moment.
All right, good. Luke, how are we doing? It been on holiday? Tea for Brown?
No, mate, no. I've actually just come back from sitting my first exams. I've just passed that. I've just found that.
Well, congratulations.
Cheers.
Well done.
Cheers, everyone.
Thank
you.
Well done. What were the exams for?
GCSEs.
He's retaking his English and math.
Jay, you're still small enough to fucking not be allowed on the waltzers, you little bastard. Shut up.
Jay's still sitting his sats.
Still, yeah.
He wouldn't get turned away from doing his sats, would he?
They won't let me out.
It's to do something completely unrelated to anything that I've fucking ever done before. Bit of accountancy.
Good on you, mate.
You and numbers.
Bit of bean counting.
Hey, I'm good with my numbers.
Yeah.
We'll have to get some merch together and get a bit of a OKB, if it's still OKB, a bit of an OKB abacus thrown together, blue, white, and yellow, little blue, white, and yellow beads. Yeah.
Get it sorted for you.
I think I actually might have had one of them as a kid.
Luke's face on speed.
Yeah, different faces.
Speed.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could even. I tell you what. You could do. You could have it half abacus, half Connect 4, and what you could do is have all our faces on it. And to win the game, you've got to get a fucking 4 in a row.
Yeah, this doesn't add up. This doesn't add up. Carl's nose is his eye.
Well,
anyway, Jay, how are you doing, mate? How are you, James?
We know how Jay is. Fucking hell.
What have you been up to over the last couple of weeks? Tell us. We're all dying to know.
Well, I went to Download Festival, didn't I? And then since then, I've been kind of sat in the dark, thinking about life and how rubbish it is. But I'm still here. I'm still here. Happy to see you, lads. You've cheered me up already.
Good. That's nice to know. It's nice to know. Myself, I've been living it up in the sheep sort of stratosphere over in Wales, having a nice jolly old time, not thinking about Leeds, not talking about Leeds, pretending I'm not even anything to do with Leeds. It's been quite enjoyable. But obviously now we've got to crack on and say a few things. There ain't been a right lot, out there in the Leeds stratosphere. We've had a couple of rumblings about management and all that sort of thing, but still, boys.
Can I start us off?
We're managerless. Yeah, you crack on if you want.
I've got. I tell you what I want to talk about. And it's the news. It's pretty recent news. It's Victor Orta and signing for Sevilla. And his first signing has been Alfonso Pedraza, who was on loan for us and absolutely shocking. If you remember, it wasn't shocking, but he wasn't cracking. Remember,
what, this would just be easier because you threw me under the bus right at the start. You can just go right there.
I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll just move it.
Yeah, we'll just move us. Yeah, that'd be pretty fun, wouldn't it?
Yeah, no. Victor Orta has allegedly signed a left back, a good left back at that, in Pedraza for.
Pardon?
Sevilla.
Sorry, left backs don't exist. What on earth are you talking about?
Believe it or not, he's signed a fucking internet. Does he play for Spain? I don't know. Probably. If he's even Spanish, I don't even fucking know. But yeah, he signed him, and then there's rumours now circulating that because he knows the ins and outs.
Here he is, old Victor.
There he is, look.
Red tie as well. Just throw that in your face.
Yeah, I tell you what, he looks a lot better than he looks a bit healthier, doesn't he?
Doesn't he? Looks a bit more tanned.
If you can hear anything, it's just me holding my fan up because it's fucking red hot in this room.
Got no fans.
This one's even
better. And the other rumor. Oof.
Yeah.
Full red Victor.
Hump for Red October-esque, that, isn't it? It's the other rumor is Rodrigo, man. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Because he knows all these ins and outs. 3.5 million. I can't believe that. Can you?
Can't see it.
How can you sign somebody? Because bear in mind, I don't think he's signed a contract extension with us since he's been here, has he?
It was in his last 12 months.
It was in his last 12 months. However, if you sign somebody, what do we pay for him? 28 million? 29 million?
29,
I think, wasn't it?
There's no way at that stage would we have inserted a clause that said, if we get relegated, because chances are first season back in the Premier League, there's a good chance you might get relegated, isn't there? There's no way we would have paid that financial outlay of 29 million, whatever it was, with a clause in that says we will release you for 3.5 million euros. Because that could have been, we could have lost 26 million or 25.5 million on him in one season.
Yeah, it's hard to believe, isn't it?
I don't know.
I think it's a bit of a calamity if he goes for 3.5 million, but I don't think he will. Like you were saying,
that's the
you were
clause,
saying,
isn't it?
man. But is it a clause? We don't know. That's all just reports. We don't know that that's a fucking clause.
Flash up. That's tickled me, is that?
We're waiting for you to pick that.
Take to ride this ride.
I'd already started it, but Smarty couldn't wait to get his teeth into it.
I saw that.
Did you have to be accompanied by an adult, Jay? Did you?
No, mate. I was just left to wander, uninhibited.
I think that's even more dangerous, isn't it?
Pretty much, yeah.
Did you have any like adult stilts, like? You see them people walking about.
Fire breather on stilts.
I didn't, mate. I didn't. I thought about sitting on someone's shoulders, but then figured out I'd probably kill them. So
someone would probably expecting you to get your tits out though if you did that.
I had to do that.
Nice.
Very liberal, mate.
So yeah, Victor Orta is the first thing. I mean, do you think that we would have been as naive? I suppose is probably the best of a word for that sort of contract, because there's also rumours of Robin Koch going for zero because of the clause that was inserted. If we got relegated, we'd let him go out on loan for 12 months, but he's only got 12 months left on his contract, so we're going to lose him for nothing.
I don't see how these clauses can be real. Like, no club in their fucking right mind would insert clauses like that. We're
talking about Leeds United here, Cal.
But this has to,
but even though I don't even think Leeds are that bad. Christ.
Come on, like this has to be some sort of fucking wind up with these guys.
Well, we don't have it officially, do it? It's just a load of people getting together on social media. I mean, there is that many people at the minute winding other people up with these fake accounts and fake stories and fake this and fake that. I don't even know what to believe anymore. In fact, I've spent a very, very few hours on Twitter over the last few weeks just because I can't be arsed reading the same old drivel that's getting recycled over and over again on there.
There is so much tripe. And all these people who claim that they're ITK.
There's no such thing.
There was that Wacko account on Twitter, and he said we were getting Iriola, didn't he? He said, oh, yeah, it's him, definitely. Next day he goes to Bournemouth. He's like, oh, well, yeah, that's what I got told. It's like, well, obviously you're not actually getting proper info then, are you?
So these accounts that claim to be in the know, they probably know somebody who works in the kitchen at Ellen Road or something.
Probably.
They're probably not even that closely related to it. It's probably someone knows someone else, and someone else has heard it from his mate's frigging dog walker. It's one of them sort of things. There's a load of BS in it.
But that's the thing. Like, until we get some kind of confirmed reports from the club, you can't take anything any of these accounts say.
No,
as literal, like, people are literally taking this these accounts seriously. They're like, how the fuck can we let Cock go for nothing and blah? And it's like,
you get them sort of
use your
people though,
fucking
anyway,
brain,
don't you?
like?
You get these people who have absolutely. If you say gullible really quick, it sounds like oranges. Oh, really? They're that sort of people.
I think it's the other way around, though, Smite. I think if you say oranges really fast, it sounds like.
Yeah, I think you're right. Didn't engage my second gear, the old brain school there.
It's all right. You got to get something wrong, mate.
You know what I mean?
How many
You know
gears
what I
are in there, mate? Look at the size of the bastard.
Right.
It's still in Wales.
It's a good job, Gilly. What he did, he got it a lot quicker than you.
Team Gill.
Yeah.
Team
Team Gilly.
Gilly for the win.
So I mean, there's obviously that about Orta. There's not a lot of noise. I expected there to be a lot more noise. I don't know what your thoughts are in regards to people signing our players.
There's some noise right now. It sounds like a dog barking.
Yeah, it's not my house.
It's not Bruce, but it's a dog outside. Yeah, it's the
Is
neighbour's.
it yours, Smite?
No, it's my
No,
neighbour's.
it's like Carl's.
That's your
It's not
neighbour's.
his dog.
Yeah. I don't have a dog that small that barks. So
I am Mark. Yes, I am.
Thor? Thor's hammer, maybe.
look at that. Go
Yeah,
on.
Yeah,
just-
no, you're Willie Nontos, you're Tyler. I know there's been a couple of rumours, but I expected people to be getting stuck into these sort of players. The players that were half decent for us last season.
Have you seen this one with Somerville? Release clause reported. The same
20 million, but we only want 10.
Yeah,
Well,
I mean,
no,
like,
they want to buy him for 10.
I
I
mean,
think
like,
we've rejected that.
if there's a release clause of 20 million, just fuck off until you've got the 20 million.
Exactly.
Simple as that. Like, we need to start playing hardball with these clubs. We don't need the money like the last time we got relegated from the Premier League. We're financially okay.
Yeah,
exactly.
This is the problem. Like,
We need to stand firm.
yeah.
We got rinsed on the Rafinha deal. We
Yeah.
got rinsed with
Did we though?
Phillips
Did
to a
we? Because at
degree,
the time
but
we got
looking
cash
at
in
it
hand
now-
and we had. I know looking back now, hindsight, yeah, but then obviously he had a poor start there. But when you look at that Rafinha deal, we got cash in hand. That was enough to cover the transfers we thought were going to strengthen the club coming in. And you look
We
at
got the cash in hand from Phillips. It was installments from Barcelona, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was
We
because
got-
there was a certain date.
There was
that
a
they
certain
had to pay the
date
first
that they had to pay
instalment
the
by.
first installment. Yeah,
yeah,
it
what do
was
you think,
Phillips.
Smart?
It was
Yeah,
Phillips.
mate.
We got the money for.
Just doing some retweeting, lads.
Yeah, I mean, in terms of players, realistically, then that we're going to see leave, we can't look past Nonto. I don't think. I think he played for Italy the other night. He got an assist, but he was slammed actually in the Italian media saying that he was only worth a 5 out of 10 or something. Even though he got the assist and played. I mean, I didn't watch it all, but I watched a bit of it. Played relatively well. But they said he went missing when anybody pressured him, and
Yeah.
it was only ever some. I can't remember the exact article I read because it was in Italian, and I've only just started speaking Italian. So, he,
Go on, give
No,
us some
it was-
Italian
it-
then.
grazie.
Nice. Nice one.
So yeah, I think. But when you look at, there's a 19. Is he 19 still?
Nonsense, I think so.
Yeah, 19. He's playing, international football at the age of 19. There's very little chance he's going to be playing in the fucking championship next year with us, isn't there?
No.
Well, there's still a chance, and I'm clinging to that. We've got to
Do you know
keep
what, though?
somebody. We have to
With
keep
him-
someone good.
With him, though, do you not think it would do him better to play a full season in the championship, starting every week, running at defenders, than, hypothetically speaking, going to, I don't know, Liverpool and sitting on the bench all season?
Yes, but you're speaking logically, and football's not logical. You're speaking with sense, obviously. Now that, yes, I absolutely agree, but that's not how footballers think. Footballers thinking.
How do you
yes,
think
but
he's
I can-
thinking? How do you think Willie
I don't know.
Nonto's
He's a kid,
thinking?
isn't he? He's a kid, isn't he?
Yeah.
Kids are idiots.
Yeah.
The thing we have to kind of understand is when we did sign him, the first thing he said to Jesse Marsh was that his parents were influential in what his next step in his career was. And he seems to be brought up correct in the right way to be a professional footballer. He's not one of these flashy dudes. He's very humble and
Yeah,
he
but
won't do anything to jeopardize his career. He's not going to make a move away from Leeds if it's not going to be a good move in the sense that he's going to play
Which league were he playing in
regularly
before?
all the time.
The Swiss league.
The Swiss.
So he got an opportunity to move from the Swiss league to the Premier League. It doesn't really take a lot of consideration, that does it?
No, but he actually
fair.
started in Italy, didn't he? And he moved to the Swiss league for more first
Yeah,
team.
more
fair
football.
enough. But what I'm saying is, you're not going to go to Premier League, which is like the dream league for quite a lot of players, to go down to Championship, where if you can get offered a position on the bench or potentially somewhere else in the Premier League or another higher division. There's no way he's going to come down with this. I don't think.
Oh, I'm not saying he won't leave. I'm
I'd
just
love him
saying his parents are going to be influential in where he goes because they're, he's got his head screwed on. Like, if he does go, it's going to be somewhere that's going to benefit him rather than, I think, the money side of things. By the way, it was
The only people we're going to retain are people who aren't good enough, last chance salooners and kids. And that's going to be our Championship team. Yeah, of course it is.
I think I think I think that's my biggest worry as well. But the second biggest worry is the manager, and we'll come on to that in a bit. But I think for me, in terms of these players, I think the 49ers are going to try and make a bit of a statement of intent and try and keep hold of a few of the the players who were relatively influential in what arguably was the worst season for a very, very long time, or a few years anyway. But people like Willie Nonto, Tyler Adams, Sinistera. Did anyone see Sinistera's birthday cake?
Yeah.
So he had a big Leeds United birthday cake. That doesn't scream I want to leave Leeds, does it? Do you know what I mean? And somebody of Sinistera's quality and caliber shouldn't really be playing the Championship. Yeah, he made biscuits, like chocolate biscuits, but it's
hopefully someone like Victor Orta will sign him for Seville.
70 million or something like that.
Yeah.
And then put a release clause if Leeds get promoted, have him back for nothing.
Relegation clause.
Yeah,
why not? Sounds like something he'd do.
I just think Sinistera. Someone's either going to take a hell of a gamble on him because he's injury prone. He's made of biscuits. So he's probably going to move abroad. I don't think anyone in Premier League will sign him because I think from what we've seen, yes, he's good when he's playing well, but that's few and far between if he's on Rob Price's frigging operating table. I don't think he'll definitely go to Championship, so I reckon probably someone, like say, in a Swiss league or maybe go to frigging Turkey or something like that.
Ooh.
I don't know. Sinistera, you won't come down with us.
No, but he's probably good enough to stay at another Premier League club anyway if he was injury-free.
I don't think anyone will sign him. I'm not saying that he probably won't do. Injury-free, absolutely. Someone would snap him up.
He could go back to Feyenoord.
But I don't think anyone in Premier League will make moves for him. No chance.
Could go back to Feyenoord.
Oh no, we're stupid enough to sign a fucking player like that.
Yeah, you could see someone like Forest or West Ham maybe having a punt on him.
Everton.
Everton
I think Everton are going to be financially fucked, aren't they?
I hope so. They should
We
be.
can loan him.
That's what I think might happen.
I'd like to see the new stadium end up like one of them half-built hotels that you see in Benidorm when they ran out of cash. And it just ends up stood there for years.
Man, they're gonna write off a load of that fucking FFP shit on. Oh, we spent it on plans for the stadium and building the stadium. Watch them; they'll fucking get out of it.
Yeah, they've still got to prove it. Though.
Yeah, but sure, look, if the lawyers are any good at all, they'll prove it.
So, Carl, what beer are you on tonight, mate?
I just went for something from Aldi tonight, man. Nothing major.
Caliber?
Like. No.
1897.
It's a Kronenberg
biggest
rip-off.
Kronenberg rip-off I've ever seen.
Every beer in Aldi is, man. Like,
I know.
yeah.
I know.
Hey, steady. Whoa. We don't want the old Aldi chiefs coming after us, our little
Look,
podcast.
you do not want, I tell you what you do not want is their solicitors on your case. They must have the
That's
best
what I mean.
fucking
Like,
solicitors ever.
who's representing you, OKB, lads? Carl, you're
To be fair,
right, lads,
right?
total mistake. I'm really sorry.
To be fair, right, they have this new one that they brought out. It's Rossini Reserve, and it's the closest thing I've found to Peroni Red in Aldi, and it's absolutely savage. I'm not promoting binge drinking or anything, but if you are, that's the stuff. I promise.
Or just have
lads.
one. You don't have to binge. You can just have one or two.
Oh, you can't just have one of these though. That's the problem. They're absolutely lovely. Like it's really, But anyway,
I've not had any of that Madry, or any of that sort of stuff. I've not tried it. I've completely refused to have it.
What do you have?
What's that?
I don't know. Just everyone were going mad about it, weren't they? Madry, and I'm just like, it's just a shit bit of Moretti, isn't it? Really?
How do you know if you've never had it?
because so many people have told me. So I'm like, well, why would I waste me good bloody coin, some bloody coin on that shit when I can drink a proper pint? You know,
I'm on.
Good old Saltaire Yorkshire Blonde.
I'm reading the bottom of the fridge today. I just pulled out any cans that were left, and one was a Holston Pils, which had been there probably since about 3 Christmases ago, and then this one is a Gypsy Hill Brew. So it's a Hell's Lager, apparently.
They've missed a trick there.
That's not a paid advertisement, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. So
you should have had a beer called Gypsy's Tears, surely.
There will be somewhere.
Gypsy Tears.
We need
I'm just on coffee because I don't drink at home.
Is that your not for girls cup? Is it?
I'm afraid not. They don't do them. I'm the number one dad. Look at that one. There's a rate mug and all. It's massive. It's nearly as big as the head. Look.
That'd be some feat.
Is it as big as the old Sports Direct mugs?
No, it's not as big as that. They're just like they're a bloody bucket with an handle on them, aren't they? They're stupid.
Tankards, aren't they? Like big
fucking. Put a pissing goldfish in them.
Feed a small village on one of them.
Jake could have a bath in one.
Yeah, that's right.
So anyway, lads, did you see Mellier's comments as well recently?
Fuck Mellier.
Yes.
Oh yeah. Well, he wants to go be Chelsea's number one, but he hasn't got any chance in a million fucking years.
He quoted. Well, I say quoted. I'll try and quote it, but he said basically something along the lines of he'd rather go to a smaller club and be number one than go to a famous club and be on the bench. What is that saying about us? Does he not think we're famous enough to stay?
Did he really say this?
This is what he was apparently quoted as, yeah.
Yeah, I saw this.
It was,
see, that's another thing.
It was repeated.
I mean, as much as I believe in everything that you say, Cal, but there has to be a degree of tongue in cheek and a little pinch of salt here, there, and everywhere, because we don't actually know whether he said it. It's just a load of shit that someone's written down. I know what you're saying. It probably could be true, or he might have said something along those lines, but it's specifically saying that sort of thing. I don't know.
Well, it was said on another.
Do you know what? I'm of the opinion now. If it isn't written athletic by Phil A or some official channels, I don't believe it. I just don't believe it. Because it's somebody's interpretation of a little glimpse of a rumour or something like that, and someone will write a spiel, a load of fucking bollocks about it, and then publish it as an article, and then you'll get all the gammon on Twitter. Oh, apparently Millier's said this, and fuck Leeds, and Leeds are shit, and he's never really liked us, and we all smell him, we've all got brown teeth. You know, it's just one of them sort of things, and until Phil A tweets it or talks about it on Squareball.
Somebody check what he's got in that mug.
Yeah,
Jesus Christ.
Definitely not tea.
So
here's a question then. Does anyone really care?
I'm drinking Cherryade as well, lads.
Oh, so you're really pushing the boat out, aren't you?
So maybe we have all got black teeth then, if we're all drinking Cherryade on a fucking Tuesday night.
Fucking shit teeth.
Does anyone really care if Mellier wins then?
Nope.
I don't.
I went on Joe's podcast the other day and we did like a
Joe friend. Oh,
you're getting around a bit, you.
Yeah, he's a proper pod slag.
He's a pod hooer. He's a pod hooer.
Pod slag.
Pod dodger. He's the pod
dodger and a pod slut. Home of the pod dodger and the pod slut. Welcome to Ought to Know Better. Home of the pod dodger and the pod slut. We really did like a keep, sell, loan type thing, and we everyone was quite fair on it, and Medley was one that divided opinion.
Just a pair of top dads, Andy.
Because I think realistically there's a lot of potential there. Isn't there? Look, he's had a poor run of form this season, but it's very easy to overlook the job he's done for us before then. Do you know what I mean? Very easy, and he's never been great, but we've got to take into account he was brought in behind Van der Heuvel and behind Klaassen. He was brought in to be number 3 or number 4.
Oh, Mellier.
But why wasn't Klaassen put in before him then?
Klaassen and Van der Heuvel came in afterwards, didn't they? Yeah. I thought it was Huffer. Huffer were there before him.
I don't remember, but anyway, it was definitely brought in to be that 3rd, 4th choice even, and
it was going to be Kiko's number 2.
I don't know. I thought it was Kiko's number 2.
Kiko was number 1.
Controversial is this?
Then he turned out to be a lunatic,
and then obviously, yeah, exactly. Kiko, bless him.
Allegedly.
I'm trying to change my name. I'm trying to change my name back, and I can't even do it.
Pod
yeah. So yeah. Anyway, with with Meslier.
Ooh. Andy's in the comments saying Luke looked like he was nodding off on Joe's show the other day.
I was I was a tired young man then.
It's not as entertaining as this.
Did the sun get to you? Did it?
Oh, mate, yeah. You know what? It felt like I'd been like fucking. Honestly, I was so tired, and I was like, it was. We were on for nearly 2 hours, and I was like, it was getting to the end, and I just went. I went. Do you know what? This is what I think about Rad. Let me summarize it, and let's fuck off. I need to go to bed. I'm knackered. So yeah, no, look, with Meslier, look, I wouldn't be that bothered if he left because I think there are better goalkeepers out there. In terms of potential, I think he will go all the way, and he probably will play for France one day and be worth a lot more money. It's just,
he will.
Don't you?
I don't know.
You think of the experience he's got and the records.
Yeah,
he's
I
got in the
do.
Premier League
I'd like
already.
to think that he probably would do, but after this season and last season, if I'm totally honest with you, if he plays in front of a quality defence, then he's not going to be tested as much as it. But we've all seen him at his weakest. I mean that. Who was it that
can't catch a ball out of the air.
Everton. Fucking hell, stuff like that. Jesus,
That's
Seamus
Coleman.
one on one with a striker that comes through. I would back him to the hilt because I think he's fantastic in them kind of situations. But we've seen time and time again. Like I say, when it's Seamus Coleman that scored against when he went in frigging corner flag. What were they called? Seamus. Oh,
Save me, Jeebus.
Jesus Christ.
Seamus. Seamus.
That's what it says on his shirt. Fuck it.
It says Seamus, you fucking mad cunt. In fact,
Carl.
Carl. It's a family show. You can say shit and bugger.
But not the C bomb. Come on.
Dropping
Hope
C
your
bombs.
in-laws
Look, he's
aren't
drinking his
watching.
fake bloody Aldi beer. He's threatening everyone.
I hope
Calling everyone a C word.
I hope your in-laws aren't watching in the other room. Like.
You're uncouth. You're uncouth and you're filthy. You're a potty
Anyway,
mouth
it
cow.
actually says Coleman on the back of his shirt,
Dirty
not Seamus.
bastard.
Whatever.
It does, yeah.
Anyway,
It does.
that prick who
It
plays
used
for
to say
Everton.
Seamus, though, didn't it?
Don't recall.
I don't know.
Maybe I
He's
meant
not
that bit
Brazilian, like.
I just don't see how somebody is going to get a good move when he can't catch a ball out of the air and he can't defend his near post. I just don't see it.
Yeah.
He
Yeah, I
cannot
think
catch a ball.
I think that's a little unfair. I think the goals we've conceded and the poor run of form we had, he was conceding everywhere. It wasn't just his front post. It wasn't just in particular areas.
No, but they're things that are fundamental, Luke, that he should be able to do. He's not supposed to save everything, but he shouldn't be getting...
What do you mean, a keeper that can catch a ball without breaking his
regular
poppadom
basis.
wrists?
Yeah,
Would
that's
you
just
be-
right.
Would you be comfortable in going into next season without Meslier,
Yes.
but with Robles as number one and then bringing somebody else in to learn from him?
Yes.
Yes.
Or would you prefer to go into next season with Meslier and Robles?
No. No Meslier. Just Robles is fine. Thank you, please.
I don't know.
You see, I
Because
just want to make a
My
point
faith in him
about
is so
Everton.
busted. I just don't know.
I
The
find
goal
it
in Everton-
hard
Sorry.
to...
Right?
Go on, Ed.
Every goalkeeper is going to take up pretty much the same position as Meslier did. I'm not
What, in
you know,
goal?
What, you mean like 17
sticks.
yards away from
Right,
his
All
goal?
okay.
goalkeepers play
Right.
goal.
All right, okay, I'll put it to you like this, right?
It's a remake of White Men Can't Jump, but it's
Doing gang
all
signs and
goalkeepers
shit.
play on the goal,
Okay.
all that stay on the goal line.
By the way, the new version is absolute
It's
fucking
shit.
wank sock. I watched about 10 minutes of it and turned it off. I was like, no,
Wank sock.
Awful. I watched
No.
it all.
you sad fuck.
I thought it was going to get better.
No, it never would. It never would, man. From the opening scene, there wasn't one decent insult, and I just knew from then it wasn't going to be any good. But Messier's positioning, 9 out of 10 times, most goalkeepers are going to do that because they're expecting the cross. Seamus Coleman was trying to cross that ball. That
Seamus.
wasn't a shot. Seamus.
Seamus.
I do a
Seamus.
shite
Sure,
Irish
it's not
accent when
Seamus.
I try and put it on, like.
I know, I was thinking.
But they're like Messier's positioning is actually all right because you expect a cross in that, and you're not like he skewed the ball, but I'm not defending him to the point where he should be number one or whatever the fuck. Like, but I think his positioning was normal enough, bar maybe a yard back for any keeper in that position. Because Coleman, no player is going to do that intentionally from that position with the pressure that was being put on him by the defender. No attacker is going to do that, let alone Seamus Coleman. Like, so those kind of criticisms I don't get because he's in the right position essentially, to expect the ball to come across as a miscued cross, not a fucking shot. You know what I mean? So I understand criticisms, and I do get that.
We're picking out a single episode here. He was very, very.
It was just an accumulation of everything, wasn't it?
Yeah,
I know. Yeah, but there's certain things you have to take into account, other elements. And
here's a good point, then. Here's a good point. Is it time for a new goalkeeping coach?
Do we even have one?
Yeah, we got that. Is it Abad?
Yeah,
is he still there?
Marcus Abad.
In that case,
Marcus Abad is still there.
And he was replying to people on Twitter when Meslier was playing shit. He was getting fuming. It was. Do you not remember? He was replying to people. People saying it's the fucking. It's the goalkeeping coach, and he was like, so you do a better job and all this bollocks. Remember that? No, I've made that up in my head.
I don't know. I never saw that.
I don't remember that.
All sorts of different things happens in the world of Luke, though.
Yeah, even tonight, I've already had a few different conversations in like the back of my head to myself, just
giggling to yourself.
Yeah,
he left his chair there. For
so back to the squad then. Meslier, happy to see him go as a group. Do you reckon?
Yeah.
And what sort of price should we be bringing in for him? Do you think?
I think we'd be looking at 10 to 15 million max.
Bearing in mind, Nick Pope cost I think 11 or 12 million. Who's an English goalkeeper.
But Nick Pope, yeah.
Maybe 15 million if we do well, because he's young.
Are you off your tits, man?
15 million?
What have you been smirking at? You were smirking at fucking download.
10 to 15 million.
You've been on them magics.
No.
I think that's a fairly standard price there, man.
10 to 15, you think, Cal?
Yeah,
I'd be happy. I'd snap your hand off for that.
I think that.
That's a friggin'
because I don't think. I think if he was as consistent as he was, I mean, he's never been overly consistent. But we look at him when he broke all them records. He was the youngest goalkeeper since Peter Schmeichel to keep so many clean sheets in the Premier League and various other. So he has got it in his locker. You put a half decent defence in front.
I'm going to write it down now.
How many times have I said
that? Everything that you lads are saying. So you guys are going with 10 to 15 million bracket, right?
Yeah.
You know this is live and being recorded. You don't need to write it down. It's just all right.
No, sure. I'm going to go start reviewing everything. I think Carl said this at fucking 32 minutes and 17 seconds. I'm just going to write it down because it's easier, Carl.
And then he'll
32.
And then he'll just lose the paper, so it won't matter anyway. He's wasted his own time.
Yeah, true.
The kids will use it for drawing on.
I'll tell you what, I'll just write mine down. I reckon we'll get 5 to 6 million for Meslier. There you go.
Really? That low?
Yeah. Fucking hell, that is low. Like
I think you get 10 to 15, closer to 15 with add-ons and stuff because of his youth. He's so young and he's got top-level experience. I think
23, isn't it?
Oh my God. You've got a young keeper with Poppadom wrists that's absolutely thunderfucked bloody goals in left, right, and centre, and he's just been relegated. But you reckon we're getting 15 frigging million for him? You've been snorting prick sticks again.
I think Poppadom wrists is slightly harsh. We're comparing him with Bailey Peacock Farrell there. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Come on. He's not like he saved us more last season.
Prawn cracker wrists
was our fault.
Prawn cracker wrists, mate.
Prawn cracker wrists.
I would say it's near a 10. I would say around about 10. I wouldn't say much more than that.
Okay. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens.
We'll be getting 40 million for Harrison next. Christ.
Oh, 40 million. We should get 4 for him.
So just
what?
Hey?
Oh, you've tipped
Harrison.
Aronson.
Jack Harrison, you reckon we'll get 4 frigging million for him?
I said we'd be looking to get 4 for Aronson.
Oh, I wasn't talking about Aronson. We're talking about Harrison.
It sounded like you said Aronson. Get that gravel out of your mouth.
Get that, you silly bastard. You want to go and get them lug oils washed. Fucking potato patches with them, clearly.
I enjoyed that little mini meltdown.
I'd drive him to the workshop for a couple of Chupa Chups and a frigging Twix. Off you go. Off you go, Jesse, all love.
Jesse?
Yeah, Jesse Marsh as well. He can go and get fucked. He's still knocking around.
We weren't even on about Jesse.
Well, he's on about Aronson. I thought we were going through everyone now.
Fuck Tony Yeboah. Fuck it.
Hey, you leave Lucas Radaby out of this.
Listen, there's some good news to cheer us all up.
Go on then.
Go on.
Tyler Roberts, Birmingham City. 500 grand.
for a seventh of the price he cost us. He cost us 3.5 million, if I remember rightly.
He was going to be amazing when we got him, wasn't he?
From West
Did
Ham.
he?
How much would you have sold him for? How much would you have sold him for?
grand.
Jed got 20 million for him.
Jed got 20 million easy for him.
Did
No,
he
I'd sold him
cost
for that.
3.5 million?
3.5 million, yeah. And we've signed him
Fuck
injured as well.
me.
Spent about
Or did he
8
get
months
injured in his
out.
first training session? He shagged his knee, didn't he, or something? Fucking class.
Jesus.
sure we
I think
Another
I think
master
that's cheap,
stroke.
though. I think at a club like Birmingham, he will be obviously one of the better players there. So he'll probably enjoy that. You know, he'll have a bit.
When was his
more-
last decent injury?
Without the baggage he had from Leeds, it'd probably be.
He's just had an injury, hasn't he? He came back, but
Yeah.
he went
He's
out on
always
loan
injured.
and came back injured.
He's always
yeah,
injured.
yeah. At QPR, wasn't he?
That's the one. But he was playing well, wasn't he? He got
Well,
a
all
few
accounts,
goals. from him.
yeah, and he couple assists and whatnot, like. But I think that's his level, though.
He's
Isn't
a good player. He's a good player. Is Tyler Roberts? Like you're saying, at that level as well. You know, he gets a lot of shit. And stuff,
At
and
that
people
level
used
is
to
the same
moan when
level
he used to
as
come
us, isn't it?
yeah.
Well, yeah. Well, obviously, when we were in Prem, we let him go down, down a peg or two or whatever again. And that is definitely his level. But we've got to get rid of Alt Deadwood, haven't we? We can't be carrying on with it up.
Just
Second
on
bottom
that.
corner.
So, what do you think about getting rid of Ailing and a few of them boys? Then is that what you're considering Deadwood? Is it?
Oof, this is going to be a touchy subject. I think I can see.
Well,
it.
Carl,
I can see
you
it now.
labelled Ailing Deadwood about 4 years ago when you said he were over the hill
Yeah,
at
you said he's
27.
too old over the hill.
Oh man, like you know what I mean? Fuck it.
Let's go through
Say
it
some
then.
stupid shit.
If we're considering Deadwood, if we were still in the Premier League, we'd be looking to ship out.
Oh, God.
Realistically, Ayling, Cooper. Realistically, Forshaw,
Bamford.
Paddy Bamford. Are we still in that position? There's probably more. Are we still in that position now? Now we're back in the Championship where they helped us get relegated. You got to take into account experience, the fact that they'll be quite important within in and around the dressing room. Are we in the same position? Do we still need rid of that Deadwood, or are these the type of players we need to keep hold of and get rid of players like Aronson and people who haven't stepped up to the mark, get some money in and sign some more solid players, I suppose, to help us get back out of this league. Where do you stand on
the
that?
big wage? They're on big wages, aren't they? I mean,
They're
even,
not, though, are they?
but even though they've had them reduced, they're still on big wages. Really, to have them just kept around the club, have them as cheerleaders or whatever. That's an expensive frigging cheerleader, Luke Ayling. And Kev Marston's in the comments saying, "I'd keep Ayling. We need some old heads." Yes, that's fair enough. If you're managing to get a young player that's good and is efficient in that role, then fine. But you're still paying Ayling to be a cheerleader.
Glenn Hayes says there, yeah, their experience is expensive if they're always injured. Look, good point. However, you look at what happened to us when we released or let Alioski, Hernandez, Berardi, one or two others go in that window, and we really struggled.
That were it. Alioski, Hernandez, and Berardi.
Yeah, and we struggled because they're all
Dan
seen
James and Junior Firpo. What a fucking transfer window that was.
And we struggled, didn't we? Simply because of the lack of leadership. We spoke about it on here numerous times. And whilst you say they'll be on high wages, I would imagine Paddy Bamford was on about 60 or 70 grand, so he's probably dropped to 35, 30 now, with a 50% pay cut. I'm not suggesting Paddy Bamford should be the one to stay anyway. I would get rid of him regardless of how much money he's on. If he was playing for free, I'd fuck him off. But people like Cooper, who's when he came back into the team in the Premier League, he was still defending well, and his leadership skills are priceless, I suppose. Certainly in the league where he captained us out of as well. So I'd be very cautious about getting rid of him. Players like that, especially people like. Especially the ones who've only got a year left on the contract, they're not going to be worth a lot of money anyway, are they? Cooper's Scottish international, Ayling's a Yeovil international, and then we've got just one or two others. But I think they could play a massive part next season. I know some people will probably say. Some people will probably say, yeah, they're taking up a squad place and wages and everything else in between. But realistically, can we replace somebody with that? Can we replace somebody that important to the squad? I think is where I'm getting at.
I suppose it depends on what part of important you're referring to, because there are other players that we could. I mean, it goes against the fabric of Leeds United. But if you were to go out and get some experienced Championship bastards, someone who's been there, been around the mill a little bit, and will add a bit of spirit and a little bit of fight to the team, other players. newer players, younger players slightly, than the Coopers and stuff like that. There are players around him, and I know that there's like a nostalgia there. He's been around a long time, Cooper, and he's good. I'm
There's
sure
a lot of
he's
sentiment
good to have
involved, isn't there?
Yeah, of course there is, but we need to kind of cut them ties now. He's
Yeah,
part of the old.
ruthless.
He's part of the old team. He got us relegated. It's one of them, like, because the argument against him. I mean, if he makes mistakes, same old Cooper, League One Liam, blah 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 blah. It's a lot of shit to be coming his way if he don't perform.
Yeah,
I
agree.
At some point, we've got to just say, look, thanks, but we've got to cut the ties here at some point. We've got to draw a line in the sand and say, thanks for your efforts, but we're moving in a new direction now. Off your pop.
What you do have to say, though, what you do have to say, playing devil's advocate on that, I agree with you, but look at, like, when we have tried to sign, like, experienced top championship players. We signed Barry Douglas, did fuck all.
Yeah. That would have shamed that,
it
because he was a
doesn't
bloody good
always
player
work.
for Wolves.
Nice bloke as well.
So
Terrible
would
dress
Alden
sense.
Oh, God, yeah.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it doesn't always work. It's all transfers are a gamble. Just because
Of course
somebody
they are.
did
And
well
that's-
somewhere, they might not do well somewhere else. They might just have been it form of their lives.
And that's exactly why I'm saying, Jay, it's sometimes better the devil you know. And certainly in this league, and we know you're always going to get 100% from Coops. You're probably always going to get 100% from Luke Ayling. Paddy Bamford, get fucking rid. And Forshaw's another one. Obviously out of contract now with Robles. But there is talk that the new guy who came in, anyone remember his name? I haven't really cared. Who's coming to direct the chief?
Nick.
Oh,
the guy from Newcastle
Hammond,
who did
is
their
it? Is it
temporary.
Hammond?
Hammond. Yeah. So Hammond's come in, and apparently he's already in conversation with Robles and with Forshaw as well. Probably on a pay-as-you-play type deals or 1 year. Realistically, if you're them, are you going to want to stay when you could potentially go to another championship, have a steady contract for 2 or 3 years on a similar wage, but you got that job security?
They should make Forshaw pay subs. Not like he's playing for a Sunday team. If he turns
That's
up, he
fucking
pays
harsh,
subs.
man. What, picking up everyone's yellow card fines, is it?
But it's one of them with
Got
Forshaw.
support
Forshaw's a
oranges.
cracking player, and he would do really, really well. A fit Adam Forshaw would be one of the best frigging centre mids in that league. But it's a hell of a gamble, and again, you're on a knife edge with him. Absolutely, take him on, give him a new contract, and he'd be a starter every frigging week. Or he's going to take a place in the team, and he's going to be injured, and he's going to be in frigging Rob Price's bloody office every chuffing week, and then we're going to have to play a kid in his place because we haven't signed a decent enough centre mid.
What about offering Forshaw a pay-as-you-play kind of scenario?
That's what I was.
That's what he just said.
That's what he just said.
Where have you been, Carl?
Typing
Been eyeing
shit
up his
there,
next
man. I
beer.
haven't really been listening.
Back in the room. Back in the room.
Back in the room. Look into my eyes. Look into my eyes.
So yeah, I mean, Coleslaw and Sauce says Forshaw was arguably one of our best players towards the end of the season. You can't deny that, but
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
if he's one of your best players, there's something
Yeah.
fucking wrong.
If that's your yardstick for one of our best
That's
players, then
You'd also always say that Adam Forshaw would be able to play for any team in Europe.
He did.
Yeah. But
He said he was
That
the best
refused-
player.
And he's quality. The guy is quality.
It's
But
his injuries
He's
that have
also
fucked him.
injured. He's like a frigging piece of Swiss cheese in it. There's that many holes in it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
a
I like
shame,
that.
really, because he
I
has
like that
that.
simile. Like a piece of Swiss
thanks.
cheese. There's that many holes in him. I like it.
Thanks.
Did you make that up, or is it one you've heard
I've
before?
just no. Just made it
Fresh.
up. Nah,
He's
straight
a
from the fire
proper
end.
rhymer, is Smarty, man. Sound.
Glenn Hayes says Luke's right though. You need to keep the old Liverpool boot room to some degree to help the young uns. Which again, it's that risk you run, isn't it? When you there is a sort of a changing of the guard that a lot of players leave. That then somebody else is supposed to step up, but arguably they might not be leadership material, or they might not feel like being that type of leadership type player and helping out the kids and that. So it's a tough one. And I'm glad I don't have to make the decision. But if I did, I'd certainly get rid of Bamford. But I won't keep saying anything about that.
Before you move on to that comment, though, Luke, was that not one of the problems allegedly? The old guard falling out
point.
with the younger players.
Really
They
good
didn't help
point.
anyone if that's true, did they?
That's just
Really
rules
good
again,
point.
though, isn't it?
And another kind of to add to that, Jay, is that all the younger players that we kind of are looking to now, they've either played half regularly in the team throughout the Premier League season when we got relegated, or they've been regulars in a team in the Championship. Like you've had Helder, you've had Cresswell, Bleeding, Shackleton. You've had quite a few in there where they've been playing first team football. So they're clearly okay at that level. Why not?
Where was Shackleton on loan at?
Shackleton, Millwall with Cresswell, but he wasn't playing that often. He did play. He was
playing. He was coming on regularly. He wasn't starting.
He was playing as much as he was playing for us in Championship, wasn't he?
Yeah, yes. With under Bielsa, he played quite regularly. Like
Lewis Bate was at Oxford, but he got a bad injury.
Yeah, but he had quite a good season up to that. Their manager was absolutely talking him up 100%, and then you had Drama as well. So we nearly have a back line.
Drama will be gone to Luton, though. What do you think?
Kjelder at Rotherham.
I said that. Yeah, what were you doing? Typing there, were you?
I was on back in the room.
Back in the room. But yeah, so we've had
a conversation at this party at that time.
All right, we've had quite a few players who've played regular Championship football last season. So to say that we don't have. Ian Poveda played a bleed. Oh, fucking hell. Nice one, Skip.
He did all right at Blackpool, didn't he?
He did up until Christmas. And then he
was... Blackburn?
No, that was last
Blackpool.
season.
Just to go back to your comment, Jay.
Okay.
Glenn Hayes has picked up on it here. I have to remind myself that the old clique intentionally down tools to get rid of Bielsa. Now, this is rumours, obviously. These are rumours that they're unconfirmed rumours. They're down tools to get rid of Marcelo Bielsa. Maybe the old guard really are the problem, an issue at hand. I'll tell you what, I remember somebody mentioning this, and I used to stick up a lot for Bamford. And then I remember somebody pointing out to me, watch him off the ball a little bit more. I used to watch him. I used to like his runs and he'd pull defenders away and that. And I started watching him a little bit more and really keeping a keen eye on him. And the amount of whinging he does to his own players and the sideline last season that I noticed was absolutely tragic. It made me feel sick to the point, honestly. So things like that, it makes you think, like, how can players have that much control over a football club to get rid of arguably the best manager football's ever seen? But by the sounds of it rings relatively true, and we've heard a number of rumours and things that were said, and that they were trained too hard. They went to the ownership and said, we need to get him out. We're all knackered. We're all falling to bits and whatever. But I don't know. Maybe is it the old guard? Is it one of the old guard? Is it one or two of them? Do you know? We don't see what goes on behind closed doors.
I thought Weston McKennie's mate were going to tell us all about it as soon as we got to June the 1st.
And
no, we're going to tell us what really happened at the half time in the Crystal Palace, and this is after he lied that he were in Leeds watching the game with his mate Dom the racist.
Dom the racist.
So
yeah. So look, we've got a lot of experience. I'm going to use experience loosely, but we've got a lot of young players with Championship experience coming back. Where do we need to strengthen? Suggesting the players we expect to go. Adams, Nonto, Somerville, Rodrigo, Lorente, Koch, Firpo probably. Who else are we going to lose realistically? Sinisterra possibly. I think we keep hold of Ruta.
He's on about going out and loan back to Hoffenheim.
Yeah, I see that. Yeah, but no, he's not. By the way,
no,
he's
Kev.
A dickhead.
No, Kev.
He's a dickhead who's full of shit.
Me too.
So anyway, So where do we see next season's priorities and I mean it's a little bit difficult to sort of to start summarising and picking play areas where we need to strengthen, because we don't know who's staying and going. But realistically, if we do lose those usual suspects, where do we see the importance for next season in the Championship to ensure we as good a season as we can have?
It's hard to feel like we don't need to buy nearly a new team at this rate, because we could need a keeper. Well, we do need a keeper, at least one. We might be all right back if Drammy stays for a season, but again, we could do with a right back either way. Left back.
Does Warber stay? Do we think?
I hope so.
Probably not, but I want him to. if he leaves and Koch and Llorente both gone, then we need 2 centre-backs bare minimum, as well as keeping Creswell. We're going to need 3 central midfielders if Adams...
Are we?
Forshaw's gone.
I have a feeling we might see a lot of Garby, of Bate, of Archie Gray. We've got a lot of good youth, but we do need some Adam Forshaw type players, somebody who with less injuries, somebody who can control the midfield and be fit. Yeah, somebody who can lead them in the middle of the park. A Lewis O'Brien type player, I think, in the championship, something like that.
Yeah, I would take him. But I think we'll need 2 or 3 centre mids easily, and then we're probably going to need a winger.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say we need a left back, a centre mid, and a striker at least.
I'm going to need a striker.
Yeah.
What about throwing?
As always,
there's a free agent this summer, and he could be worth a shout if it's a free agent. Bradley Dack.
Is he a free agent?
He's a free agent this summer. Yeah. Would you maybe
I'd rather
look
sign
at
Hamer from Coventry?
I get that, yeah, but if that's like at the moment, that might be a bit unrealistic. He's attracting attention from the Premier League as well, you know.
If signing him for free means we can sign someone else that we need elsewhere,
that's what I mean. Like you've got an experienced Championship player in there in Bradley.
Weren't we linked with Bradley Dack about 7 years ago? Did he play for Bristol or something then? Or Blackburn? Has he always been at Blackburn?
He used to play for Blackburn.
He still plays for Blackburn.
Does he still play for Blackburn?
Yeah. Well, he's out of contract now. Like
Cody mentioned in frigging comments.
Connor Cody, yeah.
Forest off. He'll be at Forest or something like that. We'll
somewhere we won't pay his wages now. This would be a great shout. Cole Palmer on loan from City.
Yeah.
Cole Palmer. However, I do get the feeling that because Leicester signed the fella from Pep's number 2. As their manager, Leicester, they brought him. I forget his name, but they signed him. I have a feeling Leicester might pick up
Macarena.
Yeah, something like that. Might pick up 1 or 2 of their loanees, which would be a real shame because he is a good player.
Well, it didn't help us either. Like with having Bielsa there, we didn't get anyone.
We didn't come directly from the club.
We got Jack Harrison.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, definitely a striker. Arguably, if Willie and if Somerville go, we'll probably need a winger.
Who was the best striker in league? Who were the best striker in league last year?
Gyökeres.
Right. Can we go get him?
No.
20 million they're demanding. We probably could.
Go fucking spend 20 million on him then.
Forest will buy him.
I think we need to go in
Brighton as well
with our big dicks swinging around, knocking over absolutely everything. We need to attack the Premier League.
I think you're
attack
right.
the Championship. We need to do whatever we can to fuck with the financial fair play because we've got 3 years to cover that.
Yeah,
we've got a fair bit of brass that's going to be coming our way. We need to go big dick swinging, knock everyone out of the way, say, we're Leeds, we're here. We're going to take all your best players. We're going to
windmilling in.
And we're off back. Exactly. None of this. I mean, I understand what you guys are saying, and I appreciate that we will probably use a lot of youth, but fuck Lewis Bate. Fuck all them sort of players. They're not good enough, in my opinion. I just don't think that they're the sort of players that we need as Leeds United to be attracting that kind of calibre of player. We need the best players in that league. Probably some loanees from a good Premier League sides, maybe a couple of bits and bobs from Europe, and attack the frigging league, get a decent manager, and get the fuck out of that league again.
I agree.
This is a great shout for the skip.
Well, you've got your parachute payments. Fucking go for it. Take a season. Have a risk.
I think the biggest reservation. 2 seconds, Carl. Sorry, mate. Just on the same conversation. I think the biggest reservation there is you've got to sign players who aren't just going to get you out of this league because they're not going to come on a 1-year contract, 2-year, 3-year contract. You need somebody who can transition into a good side.
Yeah, you're not going to buy dead rubbers. But if they're the best players in them league, then they are going to be able to do it at some degree in the Premier League. But what we don't want to do is
that's why Premier League teams are looking at him. Gyökeres is going
fair
to
enough.
Lisbon,
fair enough.
And Hamer's being touted to.
That's down to the person that's doing the contracts and trying to reel them in. And come to us. We'll get them Premier League, and you'll be a starter for us or whatever bullshit you need to swing their way. Absolutely.
This guy at Middlesbrough, Skip, gives a great example. He absolutely tore it up.
You're not going to try and pronounce his name, Carl?
Akpom.
Seamus.
Hey, fucking Seamus, how are you doing? You're right. great to see you.
I take some fucking shit on this
Jesus.
pod. Anyway, yeah. Skip, nice one for that, man. Yeah, it'd be a great show, I think. And yeah, just go for it.
Who's fucking about with the fucking buttons?
I have no idea. Probably
There you
Jim.
go. Done.
Right then, players. Yeah, so we all agree. Spend loads of money, get into financial trouble, and end up in League One again. Then, yeah.
Yeah, fuck it. Go out with it.
Let's go for it. Let's go for it.
Yeah, let's go balls deep.
Because planning for the
just do
future
it.
and being careful has got us absolutely nowhere, lads, has it? So,
Exactly.
you know,
The 5-year
fuck
plan
it.
is still in effect, man.
Yeah,
Just
the 5-year
this
plan has
season
been
and
wiped.
qualify next year.
Right then, let's move on to a little bit of a different area that we haven't really discussed in any great detail yet, but it has been released today, or rumours have been released that interviews have been taking place in London. It's down to 3 candidates, and then I've seen another one mentioned a bit later on. 3 candidates are Daniel Farke, we got Patrick Vieira, and Scott Parker, I believe. Parker and Farke, they rhyme. And then somewhere out of the blue, I saw Raul mentioned as well. Don't know how or where that's come from. I haven't looked into it. So, yeah, Farke, Vieira, and Parker. Now, I've had a little bit of a debate on Twitter this afternoon with, I can't remember. Oh, Joe, actually, and a couple of other people jumped in about Patrick Vieira. I think somebody said Patrick Vieira had a great first season in the Premiership. Farke didn't. And my argument was simply, we are not in the Premiership. We need to be in the Premiership. We're not there now.
Vieira's, Go on, sorry, mate. I'll let you finish.
No, you're all right. I think we need to be very careful not to get ahead of ourselves. We need to our prerogative is to get back in that Premier League, and we could worry about who the manager is when we get there, not now. For me anyway, I think we need to make sure we've got the right manager for the Championship that's going to play the right style with the right set of players to do it all over again and let us actually celebrate without COVID. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that'd be nice. That'd be nice. But I mean, I celebrated anyway, so
Yeah.
Just a little rebel at you.
I am, mate.
Lads, I know that Farke hasn't the best record in the Premier League, but
He went back to though, would he?
Well, this
No.
this is the point I was going to get to. I was in a group chat with a couple of other lads that I go with, and one of them
Group
said
chat
that,
slag.
Yo!
Woo!
But one of them said exactly what you've said, Smarty. Like, would you trust, Farke with a war chest in the Premier League if he did get us promoted? Like,
Not a war chest.
well, look, if they're going to go up, like they're going to spend. They're not going to want to stagnate and fucking fall apart and let the
Have
club
you seen his
kind
football?
of win.
Though? Have you ever watched how Norwich City
Farke-
played?
Farke was good. He was a good
He was,
manager,
fucking,
man.
he was playing bloody good football.
Yeah.
And they beat us 3-1 at Ellen Road.
He beat Bielsa.
Honestly,
You
turn
know, it's-
Bielsa up.
Yeah.
I think, if Bielsa can do it with the team, then frigging Farke can. And I reckon we should change the podcast name. If we get Farke to you're Farking joking or you're having a
Fuck you.
You're having a Farking laugh.
I can't fucking believe it.
We cannot have a podcast named after a transient person ever again.
I'm obviously joking, but I thought it'd be funny.
I don't know.
But yeah,
I don't know.
Farke for me. Farke for me, definitely.
Yeah, of
Yeah.
those 3 names, I mean, I don't know enough about Raul's management. I don't know. I mean, I don't follow a lot of European football and whoever else. So I honestly don't know what he's been like as a manager, what his style is, or anything like that. He managed Real
Youths.
Madrid, was it?
It's like Real Youths or something
Well,
like
yeah,
that.
the
Yeah,
Youths.
it's like
Real
Real
Madrid
B
B,
team.
or
Like,
He managed the
Yeah.
youths. So yeah, he of those 3, Farke's growing on me. I mean, ideally, in an ideal world, I think we should be approaching somebody like. I mean, it's probably outlandish, but people like Gallardo and Graham Potter, that sort of level, who've done it in certainly Potter done it in the Championship, proven they could do it in the Premier League. Do you know what I mean? Roy Jones, it'll be Potter. 49ers keeping on the hush.
Yeah.
I would snap your hand off.
what
But of the
dog
next-
is that gonna?
Really? Potter? Really? Snap your hand off? Really? Have a Farke?
Oh God, yeah.
Really?
Oh yeah. Potter's a different.
Oh,
level to Farke.
right. Hold on a second. 49ers wanted Raul after Bielsa got sacked. Mark, have you got any receipts for that, buddy?
Any receipts?
See, this is the thing. No offense to anyone, but
Sorry, I'm not taking.
That's just drivel. That's just drivel to me. It's just opinions and bullshit that people have seen and heard. And I know this. Someone's hamster said that this was happening. And fuck off.
Skip is right though. Raul is a massive gamble when we need promoting as soon as we can.
Who's Raul managed then? Talk to me about Raul, lads.
Real Castilla. Real Madrid Castilla. Right. I think is that their second team or
that's
something?
Or
the youth?
Their B team.
It's the what?
The youth.
Their B team.
The youth. The B team. The youth or the B team?
I'm going to have to get a translator on here for you fucking numpties.
Yeah, and people are saying they're not convinced with Potter. People thought he wasn't as good as people thought, or was that Brighton had a great recruitment team? Absolutely. Especially when you look how well De Zerbi's done with inherited in his team, you know what I mean? So there's always that argument, but he's shown he can get out the Championship. I think he's quite a likable guy in terms of his personality and whatnot. But I think of the other three, the three that have allegedly been interviewed in London this week, I think Farke would be my first choice. I think Parker would be my second choice because he's been there and done it. And I think Vieira would be my last choice.
Vieira, he's not even on my list.
No, that is the list.
If I were interviewing them down in London, I wouldn't even pay for my frigging starter. Them two, I'd get fucking rid.
I don't want Raul because of this. When it shows you the right bit. Oh, bollocks to that.
Come on,
you have to bring it back up.
Bring back Gilly, all is forgiven.
Sorry, Gilly. He's not doing the thing.
Come back, Gilly.
What's going on?
Jay doesn't know what he's doing.
Gilly doesn't even know how to do that thing where it pushes us all to the side, mate, so you can leave me alone.
Whoa. Don't you be slandering my mate.
I'm the tech genius. I know why he's done it. It's just because it's a simple...
Tech penis.
So yeah, I mean, Carl, where do you stand on this whole managerial merry-go-round guess who type situation?
Guess who?
I still won't show the right one. I give up.
Jay, just fuck off, will you? Just for 5 minutes.
I'll be honest. I just want it sorted now at this stage in the day. I don't like. I want someone who will be capable enough to get us out of the Championship, but be capable enough to keep us in the Premier League.
That's the dream, that is the dream.
I don't know if any of the people that are suggested for the role at the moment are those types of people. And I'm afraid that if we go up...
Is Ray trolling? Roy trolling? Sorry to disrupt you, Carl. None of them. We need someone with Championship and Prem experience. Of the last few managers that we've just been talking about, they've all got Championship and they've all got Premier League experience. So I don't know
hasn't
what he's
got
on
Championship.
No, Vieira hasn't. But I wouldn't touch him. I'd rather have a bath with me dad than have Vieira in charge of Leeds United.
Yeah, it's like that.
His record shit.
Vieira, just on Vieira, they went 3 games without a single shot on goal.
Yeah.
Yes.
At Palace, and then Hodgson came in, and they had 22 shots on goal
in the next game.
1-3 on bounce when he came in.
Beat us in that bounce.
Yeah.
Yep.
We all remember it.
Big dick swingers. I'm telling you now. I'm calling it now. You can say what you want. Big dick swingers.
Need to be.
Let's just go for it.
I fixed it anyway. This is why I don't want Raul.
Yay! Well done, Jay.
For his bloody handball.
Oh.
Against Leeds.
Oh, yeah.
For Real Madrid. That's why I don't want Raul. He fucked us. Do you know what? If you look at it in a certain way, he could be the person that started our entire downfall with that handball. Because if we won the Champions League, then it'd be great.
It was us. It was Liverpool beating Charlton away on the final day of the season, and we drew with... I can't remember.
Not if we'd won the previous season's Champions League.
Bolton.
Yeah, we finished 5th by only drawing with Bolton, and that's what fucked us financially.
If we'd have won, we'd have gone back into it. We'd have won titles, we'd have won cups.
No, that's neither here nor there. That's a totally separate podcast. What are we going to do about fucking manager now?
Hypothetically speaking, that is your final 3. Who are you picking and why? Jay.
Farke, because Norwich played awesome football. He's got promoted a couple of times.
I wouldn't go far as say awesome. But...
In the Championship, they did. And not only did he get promoted, he actually won the league twice. So you can't get better credentials than that. He didn't get backed in the Premier League. So
credentials.
Give him the job. He just stands out for me.
Fair
Like
folks.
they're not three great options. Like,
Fact is a great option.
Welcome to Leeds.
well, like,
Carl, I'll come to you next. Go on then.
all right, yeah. Out of the three, I'd probably
Actually,
agree with.
fuck it. We'll have 4. We'll throw a roll in there
Oh,
as a
God.
curveball because it might be.
Right, that still doesn't change my answer. Like, I'll take I'll take Farker over the other ones. Like, Fark.
Fucking
Guy
hell.
Fawkes.
For fuck's sake,
Fucking
Carl.
hell.
So yeah, I'd take him because obviously he's won the league twice to get Norwich promoted. But if he's back properly, then we have no evidence to say that even if he is back properly, that he'll be any good in the Premier League, because you have Norwich fans on their pages saying, he didn't adjust his style to play in the Premier League because
That
it's
sounds
different.
familiar, doesn't it?
It does, yeah. But Bielsa was able to get us finishing 9th, where every time Norwich came up with him, they basically fucking bombed completely.
With
Barker.
Carl.
But every time they came up with him, they bombed. That's the difference. Like, and
Do you know what,
Is that
though?
shit players?
As long
yeah,
as he
but
can
I
get,
know that, yeah, but we don't know if he's going to be any good if backed either. Like, this is the thing.
as long as
We
he
don't
can,
know
as
that.
long as he can get.
We
you out
didn't
of the
know that about
Championship.
Bielsa either, did we?
Yeah, but look at Bielsa's pedigree before he came to us, man. Come on, you can't. That's like
I'll ask
apples
you
and
a-
oranges.
I'll ask you an honest question here, right? And I want you to be 100% honest because I
Yeah.
didn't. Did you know who Marcelo Bielsa was, apart from the Bielsa press before he signed for us?
The Bielsa
Didn't have-
press
didn't have a clue.
and
Did you know it? Did you know who he was?
Yeah, I did. The Sevilla team that fucking hockeyed, or the Bilbao team that hockeyed Man U.
Sevilla team. He said Sevilla.
We were talking, yeah. But Bilbao,
didn't have
the
a
Bilbao
fucking
team,
clue. Be
the
honest.
Bilbao team. I did, man, I did.
Did you?
But
think
the
when I
Bilbao
first-
team that
When I first saw his
that
name, I
hockeyed
think I
Man U.
rolled my eyes and said, "Oh, another randomer."
The
I
Bielsa
look back
press,
through his
everyone.
tweets and he says, "Oh no, why are we going for these fucking lower league scum again that we've never heard of?"
Who? Me?
You on your old?
No.
Have you looked on your old Twitter? Jay, did you know who he was? Realistically, honestly,
No, I'm just saying. Then I didn't have a clue. When I saw him mentioned the first time, I thought, "Oh, who's this? Some fucking another randomer."
another. Red.
Turned out to be the best randomer of all time.
Smarty, you were.
I thought they'd lifted Jack Duckworth out of Coronation Street. I didn't have a fucking clue. Not a clue.
He had them all chasing Betty's hot pots around.
Yeah.
I didn't know fuck
Part
all
of
about
Bonington.
him.
Leader.
Exactly.
You could
No,
imagine him
I
with his glasses taped up as well.
I knew of him. I knew very little about him
Yeah.
and his style.
Didn't know
But I
fuck
knew
all, like.
I'd heard his name. I didn't ever think he would be the coup that we were. So when we've got to be very, very careful, I think, about when we're talking about players who haven't done it here and haven't done it there, because arguably the best or one of the best coaches we've ever had.
That's not
Came
true. I think
from-
Farker's good. Sorry. I was just reading that
Yes.
that comment by Skip.
No,
Skip says we have been spoilt by Bielsa coach, and everyone thinks any coach.
No,
wants
yeah,
us
look,
to
I
shine.
can't
I don't
partly
think
agree
so.
with Skip. I partly agree with that. I think we all the expectation is there now as Leeds fans. We want to see that sexy football played in the Championship again. We expect to come back bouncing and winning every game, playing sexy football because we drop down a league. That's what we all expect, isn't it? But realistically, it's going to be nitty gritty every week. Every week's a cup final for the opposition playing against us at Ellen Road or away from home. You know, it's
Yeah,
going to be
yeah.
fucking horrible. It's going to be fucking horrible.
I think we're all shit scared as fans, to be honest. I think we're all on a knife edge now because we know what it needs. We know what it takes to get out of that league and dropping back into it now. You know, myself. You know, everyone's been in and around, but from being a season ticket holder for as long as I have and seeing the absolute dross and shite, having that little few seasons where it was just absolute heaven to be a Leeds fan again is going to be very, very, very hard to get back. And I just think going down there is going to be one hell of a task to get back out. And I just think people are just shit scared of what the potential outcome is going to be.
I am, because it could
Agreed.
go either way. We don't know. Anything could happen. There's no
Life is like a
guarantee.
box of
I am.
chocolate.
I'm really nervous, mate. I'll be honest. I'm really nervous about
Life
next
is
season.
like a box of chocolate. You never
I
know
just
what
hope that
you're
we have
gonna
that
get.
sort of that first game against Stoke where all my fears and anxieties are put to bed straight away, and we get a win on the board, and away we go.
It depends on who we get. Like,
Look at Stoke when they came down. They were hot favourites to go straight back up. He said to Calvin Phillips, "You obviously haven't seen the bookies odds. We went out there and absolutely destroyed Stoke the first day of the season. That might happen to us, to an Ipswich or a Plymouth or somebody else. We like you said, we are absolutely, in the words of Danny Dyer, I'm absolutely fucking shitting myself." And then he, so what will be will be. Que sera, sera. But yeah, I'm with you lads on Farke. I think for now we've got to be looking at the immediate, not too far into the future. And I think if we do start looking too far in the future, it'll probably come back and bite us on the ass.
Yeah, I get that.
I think so. I think we need to just sort of concentrate on getting to the Premier League, and everything after that we'll deal with then. All this trying to
we need to put the Premier League out of the back of our minds.
Put the Premier League.
We do, yeah.
Take that out of your minds.
We're completely out of our minds.
Concentrate on the
We've
job.
got to be ambitious. We've got to be ambitious because that is ultimately, and I know it's going to sound a little bit, I don't know what the best word is. What entitled, I suppose. We belong in the Champions League, in the Premier League and the Champions League. Realistically, we're a club of that stature, and as fans, we still think it's 2002. We're still in the Champions League and everything else in between. But in realism, there's 22 years since then, and we're back in the Championship. We've got to act like a Championship club with the belief that we can get back in the Premier League this season, and to do that, it's going to take some leadership and some importance and it's fucking mad. It's going to be really, really hard. I think. Is anybody actually looking forward to the season? I am.
No.
I am in a kind of sadistic way of those old rivalries and the crowds that we attract to Elland Road. The old rivalries that we've got. You really need to go. You really need to go and clean out them lug oils, mate.
Mate, you said rivalries.
Okay, sorry.
That's exactly what I said. Rivalries.
So what happens if I had a speech impediment? Are you taking the piss out of me?
Steady on.
Are you going there, Smarty? Are you?
No, I'm not. He's throwing accusations around like that. I think you need to get back in your lane, James.
Okay, mate. I'll bear that in mind.
But yeah, I think once the first couple of games are over, and we'll see where we are. I am, but until then,
I think it just depends on the manager we get. That's
I think the manager
understand
appointment this week.
Director of football.
If they announce Vieira or Scott Parker, my mood is just going to go even.
I'm with you.
My enthusiasm will just exit my body.
You said frigging plenty of fish, Adrian. Piss off. leave fucking Alisson alone.
ASL.
Alisson, we got you, man.
To be fair, I think Alisson can handle herself.
Yeah, she will.
I think that's it.
This one from Tom. He's bricking it. The Championship is the hardest league in the world. Also best for competition.
But it is good fun, and every team goes for it. You don't have, the one thing about the Championship, there's no VAR. You don't have people sitting back for 85 minutes. 85 minutes sitting back.
Yeah.
Just
can't wait for it to be announced.
Oh God, I can't wait. No.
The thing is, right? He I get it. You're saying it, everyone's saying it, but it's the 5th most watched league in Europe, and there's still leagues that should be considered bigger than the Championship, and it's the 5th most watched league in Europe. It's at that stature for a reason.
It'll be the 4th now. Leeds are back. They love fucking EFL Leeds, don't the Sky Sports Leeds?
Sky Sports Leeds, boys.
That's right.
I've seen Roy's commented, and he's saying that, and I've seen this a little bit, and I'm not trying to create a debate or anything. I just want to get you guys' thoughts on this. Roy said, I can go to home games again. Couldn't get a ticket for any Prem games, but I've been going week in, week out since League One. Fair enough. But for some reason, and this is obviously my opinion, I don't know where this illusion of people being able to think, we're going back into Championship now, so there'll be a bloody tickets galore. I think you're all absolutely off your tits.
I think
there's no chance.
I think it's going to be harder.
It won't.
The tickets will be in as demand as they have been before, 100%.
Do you think we'll sell out every week?
Absolutely, of course we will. 100%.
If we're doing well,
I think it very much. Exactly. I think it very much depends on how we start playing. If
If we're mid-table at Christmas, then all plastics will stay at home.
Absolutely.
But we'll see.
I don't know. I still think that you'll get big crowds. I think there's plenty of credit in the bank. The fact that we've just been relegated from Premier League in this first season, even if we have a pretty poor season, I think that we'll still
another benefit.
Sell out.
We get fucking loads of away tickets.
That full away.
Yeah, but at £47 a ticket, probably.
Oh yeah, because it's not. There's no 30. Is there no 30?
Yeah, I'm just the bearer of good news here, lads.
And then a bit of good news. Yeah, brilliant. Anyway, we are. Let's get that wrapped up. It was a very impromptu, a bit off the cuff show tonight. We didn't get through what we planned initially, but thanks everybody for joining us. Do like and subscribe. Follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and wherever else you may find us. We're just at AutoKnowBetter, I believe. Is that right?
Yeah.
That is right, mate. That is right.
Yeah. Go along, give us a follow. We'll probably be back in a week.
Don't follow me; you'll be massively disappointed.
Follow him. He'll only follow you back if you can guess what his at is.
Yeah, that's the.
That's the only time he'll do it.
So are we back weekly now, lads? Are we saying, or every 2 weeks? What's the plan?
Fuck it, let's do it.
Well, until something really happens, if there's
we'll play it by ear.
We'll
play it by ear. Yeah.
If we get a manager announcement in the next couple of days, maybe we'll do something for that. Maybe one or two of us, if we feel like it. We'll have to see who's about. Can't promise anything, but we'll see what happens.
Cool story, Jay. Right, everybody. Thank you ever so much. Cheers for joining us.
Boys.
We will be back in some shape or form. Joe's about to start now, so we know you're all going to piss off anyway.
Oh, Joe friend.
Thanks ever so much for joining, and if I don't see you for a week, Jay.
See through that window behind you.
Go on, Carl.